Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Abdula Morad. I am from Group E. Today, me and my friends will talk about the human cardiovascular system. What is the cardiovascular system? It's the heart and the blood vessels and blood. Its purpose is to transport nitrogens, hormones, cellular waste, and of course the oxygen around all the body. And the heart is responsible for keeping the internal system moving by pumping at least 5 liters of blood throughout the body every passing minute. In the blood, we have blood cells, red blood cells, and leukocytes and thermocytes. And in plasma, we have fluid protein. And we have three major types of blood: arteries, venous, and capillaries.
Hello, I am Adi and I am going to present about the anatomy of cardiovascular system. The heart will pump out blood. It needs to go through two types of circuit, which are first systemic circuit and the second one is pulmonary circuit. The heart is located under our rib cage. 2/3 of it is located to the left of our breastbone. It has 4 chambers, which are right and left atrium, right and left ventricle. It is covered by 3 different layers: serous pericardium, myocardium, and also endocardium. So, how do our blood flows in our heart? The oxygen-rich blood from lungs will enter the left atrium. When the left atrium is contracted, it will then enter the left ventricle via mitral valve. Then, the left ventricle will contract and the blood will go through our aorta and arteries to the rest part of the body. Then, the deoxygenated blood will then enter back the heart, specifically to the right atrium. When the right atrium is contracted, it will then go to the right ventricle via tricuspid valve. The right ventricle will contract and then it will go to the pulmonary vein back to the lung. There are 3 types of blood vessels. First one, arteries. It transports oxygen-rich blood. Second, veins. It transports deoxygenated blood. The last one is capillaries. It distributes blood to the rest part of the body. A cluster of cells that are located in the upper right atrium are called the SA sinoatrial nodes or pacemaker, which generates electrical impulses. These electrical impulses will go down to the AV atrioventricular node cells. The AV node cells will pulse the electrical impulses and cause the atria to contract. Then it will allow the electrical impulses to go to a cells called bundle of His. Finally, it will reach Purkinje fiber and cause the ventricle to contract. This ventricular contraction will generate heartbeats or pulse and also blood pressure. At rest, a normal person's heart beats around 50 to 99 beats per minute.
My name is Faris. I am going to present about function of cardiovascular system. There are 3 main functions of this system in our body, which are transportation, protection, and thermoregulation. For transportation, cardiovascular system has blood, which helps to transport substances like nutrients, hormones, gases, and even waste products. For example here, nutrients such as glucose from the digestive tract, hormones such as FSH from endocrine gland, and gases like oxygen from lung are all transported by the blood to their target muscles and organs. Secondly, cardiovascular system also protect our body from infection and blood loss. White blood cells in our blood help in fighting infection and defend our body against foreign invaders. They detect and kill foreign microbes such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites. After killing infection, they will create antibodies for the particular infection. To prevent blood loss, platelets are responsible for the blood clotting mechanism to stop the bleeding. In response to any injury, platelets will be activated and stick to one another at the wound site to form a plug. After that, blood clotting factors will trigger production of fibrin that surround the platelet plug and form fibrin clot and close the injury site. Third function is thermoregulation. Cardiovascular system regulate our body temperature through vasodilation or vasoconstriction. During warm or hot temperature, vasodilation will occur, which the blood vessels get wider or dilate and increases the blood flow to the skin. Hence, blood will lose some heat as it flows close to the skin. On the other hand, during cold temperature, vasoconstriction will occur, which the blood vessels shrink or constrict and reduce the blood flow to the skin. Hence, blood returning to the heart will not lose much heat.
Okay, so next I'm going to talk about cardiovascular related diseases. First, coronary artery disease. Coronary artery disease is a partial or complete blockage of coronary circulation. If the heart muscle can get enough blood because of the coronary artery is too narrow, it can cause coronary ischemia. Causes of this disease are formation of a fatty deposit or atherosclerotic plaque in the wall of a coronary vessel. Plaque narrows the passageway, result in reduced blood flow. Spasm in smooth muscle of the vessel wall causing further decrease or stop the blood flow. The symptom is angina pectoris, which is a chest pain. Second, myocardial infarction is known as heart attack. It happens when part of coronary circulation becomes blocked, causes cardiac muscle to die from lack of oxygen. Attack is commonly result from a severe coronary artery disease. If one of the coronary arteries blocked, the damage will be widespread, causing heart to stop beating. If one of the smaller arteries blocked, it still can survive, but with complications such as reduced contractility and the cardiac arrhythmias. Third is stroke. Stroke occurs when the blood supply to the part of your brain is interrupted or reduced, preventing blood tissue from getting oxygen and nutrient, causing brain cell to die in minutes. The causes are a blocked artery or leaking or bursting of a blood vessel. Some people may have only a temporary disruption of blood flow to the brain, known as a transient ischemic attack or TIA, that doesn't cause lasting symptoms. The symptoms of stroke are trouble speaking and understanding what others are saying, paralysis or numbness of the face, arm, and leg, problem seeing in one or both eye, headache, and having trouble walking. So the last one is cardiomyopathy. It is a disease of the heart muscle that makes it harder for your heart to pump blood to the rest of your body. It can lead to the heart failure. The causes are chronic rapid heart rate, long-term high blood pressure, heart tissue damage from a heart attack, heart valve problems, and iron buildup in heart muscle, hemochromatosis. The symptoms are breathless with exertion or even at rest, swelling of the legs, ankle, and feet, bloating of the abdomen due to the fluid buildup, cough while lying down, and fatigue, dizziness, and chest discomfort.
Hello, I'm Feng, and I will present the diagnostic and therapeutic instrumentation for cardiovascular system. The first instrument is electrocardiogram (ECG). It records electrical signals from heart and measures the heart rate and rhythm. From that, we can know whether there is enlargement of heart chamber, heart defects, and reduced blood flow. Next, echocardiogram. It uses sound wave to produce live image of heart. It diagnoses for heart muscle damage, abnormal cardiac chamber size, pumping functions problem, and valve problem. There are three types of echocardiogram, include non-invasive transthoracic echocardiogram, invasive transesophageal echocardiogram, and stress echocardiogram. Next, the magnetic resonance imaging (MRI). It uses magnetic and radio wave to capture cross-section image. From the image, we can know the condition of heart muscle, heart wave, and detect for tumor. However, it is unsuitable for those who have inner ear implants and any type of surgical foreign body. So we will proceed with the therapeutic instrument. First, implantable cardiac defibrillator. It continuously monitors and regulates potentially fast and life-threatening electrical problems with heart. It promotes a shaft that resets the heart rhythm to prevent sudden arrest. However, it has risks like infections and vein damage at implant site. Next, ventricular assist device. It can be divided into left and right VAD. Left VAD helps left ventricles to pump blood to aorta, while right VAD helps right ventricles to pump blood to pulmonary artery. The risks include blood clot, bleeding, infection, device malfunction, and heart failure for another side of chamber. Lastly, cardiac catheterization. For diagnostic purpose, it identifies location and severity of blockage in coronary arteries, heart wave narrow, stiff, or leaky, and it can take tissue sample in heart inflammation. For therapeutic purpose, it relieves blockage in coronary artery through angioplasty, remove obstructive material using catheter, treats heart wave conditions, and repair hole in heart. That's all from me. Thank you.